Hi, I'm Jasmine, the sequel, and I am not relatable. A special thank you to my patrons, Acrophobe, Christina, Wild Rose, Lauren Chris, Michael B. Petty, That British Unicorn, Jam Beans, Debbie Elliott, and D. Higgins. So we're going to do our first Amber Alert video of 2021. Here's to hoping only good things for Amber. Last year really was not a great year for her. I know that Amber's attitude can be sometimes extremely aggravating, but genuinely last year was a hard year for her, and I really hope that this year goes well. There is some exciting news for Amber, if some of you guys are aware, of the Twitter sphere, of the Amberverse Twitter sphere. You guys will know kind of what's happening. I'll throw the information right up at the end, but it's great. I'm really happy for her. I hope this year goes great for her. I hope that her cancer is like 100% gone and it doesn't come back. I hope she loses the weight and can fit into an MRI and check that. With all that said, let's jump into it, shall we?
Why am I filming a mukbang? I love ginger. So good. So, starting in 2021, I want to have like a schedule. I'm putting wasabi in my soy sauce. I want to upload Monday, Wednesday, Friday. This is what I want to do for now. Fridays, I want to be dedicated to food. Mondays will be a weekly vlog. Wednesdays will be a weight loss moment.
All right, Amber's starting the New Year's with a bang. A mukbang, that is. Ha ha! Laugh at my terrible jokes, okay? Thank you. I think it's a bad idea to start the year off this way. It sets the tone for like the whole year, right? You want to start it off on the best foot forward. I hope that this doesn't become a trend, but she's already saying that she wants to do this. You know what I mean? She's already saying that she wants to eat on camera again. And we know how that goes for her. We've seen how that goes for her. It puts her in a weird mental headspace. People are going to be who people are. You should do what is best for your mental and physical health. And I don't think eating on camera is it for her. She and Chantel really like to vibe off each other, don't they? Because like Chantel sets a schedule and then Amber sets a schedule. And then Chantel has like a terrible like behavioral thing that she does. And then Amber does that. And then Amber does something and then Chantel does something. It's like they like mirror each other. And they both hate being compared to the other, but they do really mirror each other. That is a lot of food. I know that she's a bigger lady, but genuinely that feels like a lot of food. And there's not a lot of like dark leafy greens and like fiber rich food in there. She's got a lot of rice from the sushi. So she's got 2 servings of sushi there. I think they're both, at least one of them is definitely fried, but I can't tell if both of them are fried. And then she's got the deep fried tofu thing. And then she's got the like a serving of the tamago sushi, like the egg one. And then she's got a serving of the ebi sushi. It's just a lot. It's a lot of food. And sushi is not bad for you. It's fine in moderation, but I think most things are fine in moderation. Eating this much sushi, probably not a great idea, especially because there's so much carb in it, Pairing it with maybe like a seaweed salad, or with some miso soup. Or just like a regular salad. That would have been a little bit better. Like have one fried roll, have like the tamago sushi or the fried tofu thing, and then pair it with a salad and then maybe like a soup if you want both. I think that would have been a much more balanced meal. I think this is just like a lot and it's going to be very carb heavy. And once more, I mean, it's a New Year's-ish for her, I think. So, okay, I guess, if it's like a special occasion, I can understand. But this doesn't give me special occasion vibes because she's sitting there in front of a camera eating basically by herself the whole time.
I figured, why the heck not? Those are my 3 favorite videos to film. I enjoy sitting down, eating, and talking. I will never order a meal strictly for a mukbang. this is something I would order already. I love to vlog, and my life isn't that entertaining. So filming a weekly vlog just makes the most sense to me. So it's not like super boring. I figured perfect time would be for it to go up at the beginning of the week. At the beginning of the week. So it'll be up on Mondays, and then I'll restart a new weekly vlog on the Monday. And everyone loves a good old fashioned Wednesday weigh-in. So I figured, let's include that too.
So her plan is to do everything. Her plan is she's going to do all of the things that she was doing before, which was eating on camera, doing tons and tons of like hauls, and like, I don't know, like just doing like random content, like her vlog content every day. So the same stuff that she was doing before, but she's hoping that this time it will work. That makes 0% sense to me. This is not like an actual plan. There's no like active plan going forward right now. All she's doing is just hoping for the best. And I don't, this reminds me, if you guys know, and I know they both hate being compared, but if you guys remember, Chantel had that whole, eating Taco Bell and I won't gain a pound type of a thing. And she's just been like, I'm going to eat this and I won't gain a pound, but she hasn't changed anything. She wasn't doing anything that would result in her staying the same. She just wanted to do the same behaviors that she was talking about before. So it's just, that's what this reminds me of. That's the vibe it gives me.
2020 was very up and down when it came to my weight loss. I was doing really good there for a minute, and then that stopped after my hysterectomy. So I'm not making like these huge like goals of weight loss and setting myself up for failure. I'm doing things differently this year.
I know some people are going to give her crap for this, but I understand. A lot of people aren't going in with resolutions for 2021. 2020 was a very hard year. All of the resolutions I have basically fell through, give or take, right? I had resolutions to go travel more. I had resolutions to progress more in my career. I had resolutions to do X, Y, and Z. You know, partner and I were going to do a whole bunch of things, and we basically ended up doing nothing. We ended up doing nothing because 2020 really restricted us. Honestly, one of my biggest resolutions was that I wanted to have a Roaring 20s themed party. And wouldn't you know it, parties are now outlawed. It was just sad. It's sad, and I get not wanting to put expectations out there only for this year to crap all over you like 2020 did. So I'm not really going to hold that against her.
So yeah, I just, I want to do my thing. And I also want to do a mixture of what you guys like as well. You guys might not believe it, but a lot of you like my mukbangs.
How is that different from what you normally do? Because this seems to me just like you're just going to be doing it, you're going to be doing the same things that you were doing before. You're just now putting it to a formal schedule. Additionally, ma'am, just because people want to see it doesn't mean that you should do it. People want to see a whole bunch of shit on your channel, I'm sure. People want to see you die. There are people out there who would literally like that. But that doesn't mean you should. That doesn't mean you should give them that satisfaction. You should always do what is best for your health. And I don't think eating on camera is best for your health.
And I don't know if you guys know this. I'm a year older. Since you guys last saw me. I am 30. My birthday was on the 27th. So we did that. Cannot believe it. So crazy. 30 years old. But my mental, I feel like I'm 17. I don't know what it is. I still feel so young. When I was a teenager, I always thought being 30 years old is going to be so, whoa, old, blah, blah, blah. And let me tell you, I still feel that way. Like, oh my God, being 30 is so old. But I don't feel 30. So either I'm just young mentally, or the concept of being 30 is so just like not real. Even Becky, like, she's 30 now too. Neither of us feel 30.
All right, she says this where she's like, well, you know, I feel like I'm still 17. I'm sure she just feels like she, you know, mentally I haven't aged past that point. But I genuinely feel like a good portion of that is because she hasn't really matured past that point all too much. I've said this before in another video, but she is essentially the same person that she was when she was 17 years old. Her job isn't all that strenuous. She's buying and doing whatever she wants. She's never been taught self-restraint, right? And from that point of view, not much has really changed. And it worries me a little bit. If you guys are aware, a lot of professional athletes actually end up being broke by the time they get into like their middle of their life, like 40s and 50s. Professional athletes who've been in like the NBA and the NFL, people who earned a ton of money because they got into it so young. They started earning money so young. They never really had the ability to self-regulate and learn how to invest and save and plan for the future. And so they spend everything they have expecting that the gravy train will keep on providing. And they don't. And then they go broke. And I feel this is the same thing that's going to happen with Amber. She does not understand that YouTube's a very fickle game. Maybe she can keep it going. Maybe she can keep it going for another 10 years. But, you know, God willing, she will live for a long time after that. No one is able to survive on just YouTube forever. That's why people diversify their revenue streams. That's why people have like Patreons and community tabs and merch and just other platforms that they upload to, right? That's why people invest their money back into the channel, back into the stock market. They you leverage the skills that they've learned on YouTube and apply them somewhere else. She doesn't do any of that. She's relying solely on the income that she's earning from YouTube. And that's a problem because when that income goes away, I don't think she actually has that big of a fallback cushion. I've said this before, I'll say it again. She is a very large lady. She's been a very large lady for a very long period of time. Her medical needs and Becky's, quite frankly, are going to be very, very different than like most other people's. So she might need a knee replacement earlier. She might need multiple knee replacements. She might need extensive care. She might have a buttload of medication that she has to take. And right now, she's had a full hysterectomy, right? So she might, you don't know. I'm not wishing this on her, but she could have cancer again. That is a thing that happens. And those treatments are expensive. And as far as we know, she still doesn't have insurance. So it's like, I understand that you are right now living large, but that was not an intentional pun. But if the money ever stops coming in, how long can you survive? I read this article that talked about how most people need twice as much for retirement than they actually think. And Amber is going to have to probably retire from YouTube a lot earlier than I think a lot of other people will. And I worry that she won't have enough to survive and she'll end up destitute. And that's not a position that anyone should be in. I think that's genuinely very sad. So I don't think she actually has matured. I don't think she understands like finances. I don't think she understands how to take care of herself. I don't think she understands how to plan long term. I don't think she understands like tax deductibility. Like everything she buys that goes on her channel is technically a tax write-off. And given how much she actually shows on her channel, that can constitute a good chunk of stuff in your life. It will, depending on how you do your taxes, it can really make it like half price almost. So knowing all of those things would make it so that she's much, much more profitable than she is. And I don't think she does any of that. I don't think she's taken any of that into account. She says she's seen a financial person. I actually don't know if that's true, but even if she has, she might need to do stuff on her part as well, right? Like a consultant can tell you, hey, this is how you should like save your money. This is what you should do, you know, but they might help you with your taxes. They might help you like file certain paperwork, but they're not going to be able to tell you, hey, don't spend so recklessly. And I think that's what she really needs to hear. I really hope her mom can help her with that, if nobody else, because you know, especially in light of the news that we got vis-a-vis Amber's future, I think it would be a really good thing if she became a lot more serious and mature and grew up a little bit, you know, so that she's not perpetually stuck at 17. And that's the thing. It's not just Amber, right? If Becky is still with her, if they're still together, then Becky will be destitute too. They've got 3 animals that they're also responsible for. They will all become destitute too. There are people that I'm sure Amber supports who might also be in a financial bind. I'm not saying that they should be taking money from Amber. I'm not saying Amber should be giving money to them. But if they're depending on her and they depend on her regularly, all of those people's financial futures are also at risk. So I think a little growth, a little self-reflection wouldn't hurt. She reads so many books. I really wish she would read more about like investing, about finances, about how to plan for retirement, any of those topics rather than just young adult novels, you know? Anyway, next.
And last but not least, this is something I have been wanting for a long time, and I finally have it, and I have to learn how to use it because I want to start making things and selling them. So here is a Cricut, however you pronounce it, Easy Press 2. And I am nervous and intimidated about trying new things, but I'm also excited and just thinking of the possibilities that this might grant me. I love absolutely everything she got me. She knows me inside and out, it seems.
I don't know what the circuit press thing is that she mentioned, which is one of the gifts that that Amber gave to Becky. But I like the fact that Becky is saying that, you know, she's going to use this to make things and sell them. I looked it up briefly and it seems like it like presses images onto t-shirts and stuff. But beyond that, I don't know. I'm really glad. I'm really, really happy to see that Amber got her like a very practical and useful gift and that Becky is going to be using this to actually like start something that will earn her income. I think that one of the best ways to motivate yourself to do stuff is to like have financial ties to it, because when money's at stake, people try a little bit harder, I found. So I'm glad that she's doing that. I'm glad that they'll have like another revenue stream as well, because like I said, just in case, you always want to have something else, right? I'm like really happy for her.
Today is the 29th. Yesterday I had an appointment with a dietitian. The dietitian is an anti-diet dietitian, and I thought it was going to be so perfect. I thought she was going to help me lose weight without like actually dieting, like through an intuitive eating situation, because it's an intuitive eating dietitian. And I thought not only was she going to help me and guide me through intuitive eating while trying to lose weight, I thought that weight loss was going to be a really big focus. But after the appointment, I realized I was wrong, because I talked a lot about my weight and wanting to lose weight in the appointment. And she kept telling me that weight loss was not a focus. It's not something that she wants me to think about, and that the first 3 months of intuitive eating, people tend to even gain weight, and that's okay too. And after the phone call, I just realized, yeah, no, I want to see a dietitian who is focused on weight loss, and she was not at all. She did not want to talk about it. Her program is not about weight loss. It's about strictly just helping you with your relationship with food. And I get that. I need help with that, but I also need help with weight loss. So it's really unfortunate, because I was super excited for that appointment, but I mean, too bad, too sad. Am I right?
I saw clips of this floating around, and I know some people feel that, you know, well, she thinks she knows better than the dietitian. And I generally get that idea too, that Amber feels like, well, she knows better, that you shouldn't be doing this. But fundamentally, I think that Amber needs to understand that while she may feel certain ways about some stuff, that her point of view might not always be the correct one, especially because her point of view has what's gotten her to this point. But that doesn't mean that she should disregard the way that she's feeling. If she doesn't like the approach that this dietitian has, go to another dietitian. Find one that specializes in, ED. Find ones that specializes in eating disorders and go see them and see what they have to say, right? Get a second opinion, get a third opinion if you're that confused about it and you're not sure. But if at the third opinion, someone comes to you and says, hey, same information, this is what you got to do, then you have to realize that, hey, maybe my point of view was wrong. Now, I realize that this isn't generally something that applies to everybody. Not everyone has the financial capability of seeing 3 different dietitians. That is not really an issue for Amber. So I just feel that they should, she should try. I do say they because I want Becky to go as well. Becky and her should go to a dietitian. They should see another one, maybe see a third one, see if you can find ones that specialize in ED, talk to them, figure out a plan, and hopefully she's comfortable with it. But if not, maybe get another opinion again, third opinion, like I said. At that point, change your point of view if everyone's giving you the same information. I don't necessarily agree with intuitive eating. You guys know this. I've reeled on and on about this. You guys know about my intuitive eating sucks video. I'll leave it up here. But you guys know I don't like intuitive eating, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't have some merit, especially for someone who's suffering from binge eating disorder. It could help her. I also think that she really, really needs like intensive therapy before anything will help her, but let's see.
You guys, I'm so excited. I got me some Freshly, so I wanted to show you guys what I got. I got an enchilada power bowl. I got 3 of these because these are my favorite. This is the home style chicken with mac and cheese and green beans. So, did get 3 of those. And we have, okay, this one just says entry. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is the Parmesan with broccoli and buffalo chicken. Yeah, this time I just got 6. I have gotten 12 in the past and it's just too much and I end up wasting, so I figured 6 is perfect. So no, I'm not sponsored, but what I love about Freshly is it is fresh. It shows the calories, the ingredients, the day it expires. I love it. Super easy to cook as well.
Yay! I'm so happy to see Freshly back. Freshly was when Amber did the best. That was when she was the healthiest, when she was the most on track. And I know she was pairing it with other things, but they were mostly just fruits and vegetables. I'm just really, really glad that she's doing this again. I'm really, really glad. I feel like it's going to give her the ability to eat delicious foods at home that are also like well portioned and healthy. And that's going to help like make sure that she stays on track. A big problem I think that Amber has is that for her, food at home never tastes as good as food from the, like takeout or whatever. And we honestly have a little bit of the opposite problem. I've said to you guys before that my partner grills a lot. And so a lot of times I'll go out, I'll eat something, especially if it's grilled, and I'm like, we could have done this at home, right? We could have made it better at home. It would have been fresher, hotter, more delicious, more perfectly suited to what we like at home. And I'm not bragging here. I'm not saying everyone has to be that like obsessive about food, but I think that being able to cook some delicious foods at home, having, some delicious, healthier options at home can really make it a lot easier for you to maintain the momentum when it comes to weight loss. If you're not always reliant on like food from outside for the deliciousness factor. And that does play a role in it, right? Like if you are only eating delicious foods from outside, you're not gonna wanna eat the boring crap at home. So learn to make things that are healthy and delicious. There is such a thing. Trust me. I've had it. There are a ton of things that are super healthy and really, really tasty. You just got to know how to work it. And if you can't and you can afford it, Freshly. I mean, I personally would go with something like HelloFresh or like Plated, one of those like meal services where you cook your own meals, because that also gives you like a recipe card and like a really easy to follow method. And this way, what you can do is you can like prep all the food at home. You can try it. If you like that recipe, you can buy the ingredients yourself and you can make that same thing. I have friends who get it. That's what they do. I've like borrowed a couple of their recipe cards if they're really, really good. I recommend it. I think that's the way that she should have gone. But hey, if even that's too much, right? You really can't do it. You don't even own pants. I have a friend like that. Freshly is a great idea, especially because she can afford it. For everybody else though, I recommend trying like HelloFresh or something like that for a couple months and then just using the cards and making your own stuff. You know, I think that's a little bit easier.
Okay, you guys, since I'm showing Christmas and birthday gifts, I want to show you what I got for myself this year for my birthday. I don't always buy for myself for my birthday, but there's just been something I've been wanting, so I took the plunge and I bought it. It is in this huge box right here. Woo! Oh my God. You guys are probably gonna be like, really? Let's put you right here. Push you guys back. Okay, so we have a bunch of the Kardashian perfume that I have been wanting for a very long time. It's okay to judge if you want to. If it was any other day, I wouldn't have bought them. But y'all, I turned 30. AmberLynn turned 30. Wow. So, I'm gonna take these all out of the packages and I will show you guys what they look like. All right, you guys, so they're completely unboxed. And honestly, this might sound stupid to some of you, but this kind of made me emotional because I've heard so many good things about real stones and I've actually never had any real ones, even though I have wanted to. And I did not even know that this came with the perfumes. So I don't know. I just think this is like such an amazing gift that I got for myself. What do you think, babe?
Yeah, it's pretty.
They're so pretty. Oh my God.
I mean this with my entire heart, but what the actual fuck, Amber? Are you joking? How many perfumes is that? Why do you need all of those perfumes? You have one body. Are you gonna spray all of them on yourself and go out smelling like a flower shop? That's insane. That is so much. They're all gonna go off before you ever finish them. And I realize her birthday, Christmas, New Year's, whatever. You want to have some nice stuff, but this is not cool. This is too much. It's just overconsumption for the sake of overconsumption. This is stupid. It's really, really stupid. Wouldn't you rather have one really nice perfume or two really nice perfumes? You know, spend like $300 and get a really nice Le Labo one. I don't understand why you would want so much of mediocre stuff when you could have one really great thing that you could use all the way up. Make it your signature scent so that when anybody else smells a perfume that's even similar, they'll think of you. When you do stuff like this, scents are really intricately tied to memory, right? That's why if you have one signature scent, people will remember that scent and associate it with you. And no matter who's wearing it, they'll think of you when they smell it. Wouldn't you like that? Wouldn't that be better? I don't know. This just seems like so much. It's just so much.
Hey guys, so it is the 31st, so it's New Year's. I hope you guys are having a great one. I am wearing this super pretty dress. I'll have to show you guys like the full situation. The reason why the lighting looks really good is because I just filmed a mukbang. It was great. Oh my God, this lighting is everything. But yeah, I filmed a mukbang, threw away the rest. That's what I hate about ordering food though, I never finish it ever.
So she doesn't finish all of her food. This is something that I've noticed with Chantal as well, where they'll leave just like a little bit of food at the end, like 10 fries or like half a slice of toast or something like that. And the entire reason for it is so they can say, hey, I didn't finish the whole thing. I'm being healthy. Don't you see I'm being healthy? I didn't finish the whole thing. I think a better way to do it is just to take a smaller portion of food. That's what I do. I take a smaller portion of food, and if I'm really feeling more hungry, I'll go get another portion of food. And this way, nothing goes to waste. And I always finish my food. And if I really want more, I can have a little bit more. That's okay too. You know, this idea that you're just leaving a little bit on your plate as sort of like a mental safety net is really harmful, I think, because then it means that no matter how big the portion on your plate actually is, you should finish all of it. Right? As opposed to, and I do this at restaurants too, I'll just ask for like an additional second plate, and I'll just put a little bit into my own plate, right? Into the empty plate, and I'll eat from that. And it makes it easier for me to portion control like that. I don't overeat accidentally. I don't undereat accidentally. As opposed to eating like going to the Cheesecake Factory, which has giant portions, eating 99% of that and just leaving 1% on the plate.
So, as you guys know, Becky's mom passed away, and she loved art, and she had a garden outside of her home. How long did she have the garden for?
The garden?
Mm-hmm.
She'd been working on that for about 3 years.
She'd been working on it for about 3 years. And so her sister made these beautiful, it doesn't go in this, you have to get like a chain. These beautiful pieces. This is a petal from Becky's mom's garden. Then we have a like little leaf from Becky's mom's garden. And 2 glitter earrings. This is from the art supplies. And then we have another little thing to put on our chain with the glitter from the art supplies. I thought they were such sweet gifts, and I personally don't even want to wear them. I just want to keep them like a safe spot, to be honest. So I'm going to keep them in this box.
The jewelry is a lovely idea. It genuinely is. I love that. I love the fact that they memorialized their mom in such a beautiful way. It's something that they can always keep with them. I feel that. I love it. I think it's a great idea. I have a pair of earrings that were my grandmother's. I can't wear them, and I can't bring myself to put them in the bank. They're too precious to me to not be near me all the time. And I'm so scared that I'm going to wear them one of these days and I'm going to lose them. And it's something that like reminds me of her. Sorry. Oh God, sorry. It's something that reminds me of her. It's something that reminds me of her. And I think it's really lovely that both Amber and Becky have that. Even if they've had a tumultuous relationship, it doesn't, missing someone is regardless of how, difficult it might have been at times. Me and my mom argue a lot, arguably. But, I would miss her. I miss her now. Every single day I miss her. So I get that. I like it. I'm just saying it's a beautiful thought. And honestly, I would want to do something like that for myself.
Okay, so I am going to organize my 2 drawers now. So I'll see you guys when I'm done with that. Okay, so it is the next day. I forgot to show you guys the completed look. How much better that looks. Hair stuff here. This is just like crazy glitter for your face. Nail polishes, some lotions, deodorant, makeup remover. Love how that looks. And then over here, we have a kitty. I have all of my eyeshadow palettes, eyeshadow small thingy majiggers. And these are all like eyeshadows in little things like this. This is all my chapsticks and then all my lipsticks. I kind of collect lipsticks, but yeah, this looks so much better now. Like,
she has a lot of makeup. She has a lot of makeup for someone who doesn't really wear makeup. And I know this is going to sound really hypocritical coming from me because honestly, I'm going to insert a picture if I can remember of what my makeup shelf looks like, just my eyeshadows, and you guys will understand the level of obsession that I have. And this is after, by the way, I got rid of like 70% of everything I owned. Even knowing that, right? Like, I know how much makeup I have. Even then, I would say this is too much, because especially with lip products, they go off very, very fast. You shouldn't wear them if they've gone off. And, you know, you don't wear makeup all that often. Not to tell you how to spend your money, but if I'm wearing makeup every single day, every day, whether I have anywhere to go or not, I put on makeup. Maybe not like as full of bead as I'm wearing right now, but I will have on a little bit of eyeshadow, a little bit of lipstick or lip gloss, and just like some spot concealing, right? And eyebrows. You guys always compliment me on my eyebrows, but my natural eyebrows are actually very light. They're very light and they're like patchy. I had chicken pox, and so they've just always been patchy because of the scars there. I just think that this is a little much for someone who doesn't actually like use any of it. Makeup's not an item you can collect any more than you can collect, say, yogurt, you know? It expires, it goes bad. Consumables are not collectibles.
So that is my YouTube schedule as of right now, and it's been going pretty good. So the first thing I want to talk about is how much weight I want to lose in 2021. I always set goals for myself and never succeed in them, but there's always that one point when you might actually succeed. So I don't want to stop myself from setting a goal, whether I fail or I don't. And instead of saying I'm going to try losing this amount of weight, I want to say I am going to lose this amount of weight. I really, really want to stick to positive affirmations and just every day wake up with a clear and level-headed mind. I know a lot of people say one day at a time or whatever, but for me, it is definitely one meal at a time, 1 hour at a time. Things get hard for someone who, you know, loves food, loves to eat, emotional eater, you know, food addict, the whole 9 yards. So how much weight I am going to be losing this year, my goal is 100 pounds, you know? So as you guys know, I did stop doing Jenny Craig, and it's because I went to Gatlinburg and I didn't want to bring my food. I just didn't. I didn't want to bring my Jenny Craig food. And when I fell off then, I wasn't able to get back on. It's just one of those things where once I have like a cheat meal or, you know, I stop following plan for a day, I spiral out of control and I like can't find myself. So that is the reason why I quit Jenny Craig. There was no like rhyme or reason, no tea. It was literally because I went to Gatlinburg and I just spiraled out of control. So Jenny Craig makes me feel the best. I eat the healthiest on it. You know, everything is just planned out for me. And the only thing that I need to do really is just follow the plan and the weight should just fall off. What I love about it is I'm constantly eating veggies. I'm eating the right amount of carbs. I'm eating fruits. The calories are perfect. Like everything is just high there. I ain't gotta think about it really.
Okay. Okay. This is all good on paper. I really like all of the things that she's saying, but once more, Amber's not really been great on follow through. Actually, unlike with Chantel, who's actually very excellent at making like good plans, Amber's not very good at making plans too. So I'll give her some credit here. However, that is not enough, and this is genuinely like the barest minimums of what could be construed as a plan moving forward. You haven't figured out exactly why you failed on Jenny Craig the first time. So you're just saying that, well, I just stopped because it was going on and it was really hard for you to get back on. Why was it hard for you to get back on? What was it about Jenny Craig that made it difficult for you to continue sticking with it? Those are things that are worth analyzing, because if you don't analyze them, then you won't be able to fix whatever was wrong so that you don't do that again. What if you have to go on another trip? What if you know, 1 week Jenny Craig stuff doesn't arrive in the mail because there's a snowstorm or something? I don't know. What if there's an unforeseen circumstance that you cannot control and you have to stop Jenny Craig for like a couple of weeks? What will happen then? You haven't fixed anything. You're just gonna jump into the next thing and hope that it's fine. I'm not saying that Jenny Craig's a bad plan for her. Actually, no, I take that back. Jenny Craig is a bad plan for you. I've said this before, too. I think Jenny Craig's a bad plan for most people. I think any kind of forced diet where you're eating like all prepackaged food is a bad idea because A, it's expensive, which you guys already know. I've railed on and on about how expensive Jenny Craig is. But B, equally as importantly, is that the food on Jenny Craig is just stuff that you can make at home. And if you can make it at home yourself, if you can minimize the amount of crap that you're eating from there, then what ends up happening is that even if the food doesn't arrive, you can still eat the same things, you know? And you haven't really addressed any of the other emotional issues that you have with food. Jenny Craig will not do any of that for you. You binged what? 4 times in 1 week the last time you did Jenny Craig? You didn't fix any of the emotional stuff, so it didn't matter what you were eating. You were still binging. And it's not just the weight that is a problem here. It's your entire history with food. Eating and binging, restricting and binging, even if you're losing weight, is still a bad idea. It's still bad for you. It's still detrimental for you. It's not just weight loss. I've said this before like a bajillion times, but her weight is a symptom of a much bigger problem. There is something wrong. There's something psychologically with her that is wrong, and she needs to have that fixed. I'm phrasing this very poorly. What I mean to say is that psychologically, somewhere, there is an issue, an unresolved issue that she's trying to resolve with an inadequate substance, right? She's trying to use food to, quote unquote, fix a problem that food cannot fix. That's why she's at almost, 550 pounds again? Sorry, 520. My bad. I shouldn't misconstrue that. It's not good. Nobody eats themselves to being super morbidly obese without there being actual deeper underlying issues. I just think that a little bit of self-reflection, talking to a therapist, talking to another dietitian would be the best thing moving forward, not just jumping into Jenny Craig and hoping for the best. It didn't work the first time. I don't know why you think it would work the second time. I'm recording this on Thursday, basically at night like I always do. And so far, there has not been another weigh-in video, so this is not looking all that great. I'm a little worried that she's not going to be able to stick to her schedule. I don't care too much because Amber and Chantal both are very unreliable when it comes to stuff like that. I just don't like you promising your audience stuff and then not being able to deliver.
So if there's anything I recommend you guys to do, watch Bicentennial Man. It's the first time I've ever seen it. Becky watched it and she's like, you need to watch it. By far my favorite Robin Williams movie. Watch it, watch it, watch it. It is absolutely incredible. I've cried way too much. But it's a really, really good movie. Please watch it.
Robin Williams' death was a very pivotal moment in my life. There was a lot of stuff that was happening with me personally, a lot of just like changes that I was going through in my personal life. And when he died, I sort of had like a full-on meltdown. I'd always really liked him as an actor, but his death just resonated with me in a way that I don't think a lot of other things did. Even now when I watch some of his movies like Good Will Hunting and Patch Adams, I get very teary-eyed. I get really, really sad. He was such a funny man, and I think that Will Smith did a good job, but there'll never be a genie like him. He's irreplaceable as far as I'm concerned, and I know that like my own personal situation makes me feel a little bit more connected to him than I think most people would, but I stand behind what I said.
Hello. So it is the next day. Good morning. I actually have an appointment today. So I'm gonna go to my appointment and then I'm not really sure what else needs to go down today. I might actually go to the store. There are just some important things that I need. So these are the earrings that I'm wearing today. Like anyone probably cares, but you know. I haven't looked outside today, but it was supposed to snow. I hope it didn't. I'm gonna look on my weather. Okay, good. It's not snowing, but it's cold, 34 degrees. kind of chilly. I'll put on this big thing sweater situation. It is so cozy. Got this from Torrid.
I like this outfit as well. I am surprised. She's doing real good. Her outfit's really cute. The earrings go with it. I like the whole thing together. Very cute.
So we are currently leaving Barnes & Noble. I bought 3 books. Becky got some tea. And, oh my god, I get so awkward vlogging in public. That's why I'm like, never do, let's be real. So yeah, I'll show you the books when I get home, if I remember. Now we're gonna go to Kroger. You guys are probably wondering, AmberLynn, why are you showing me one earring? Well, I lost the other one in Barnes & Noble. I don't know what made me touch my ear, but I touched my ear and I noticed, oh, there's no earring there.
I feel her. I have lost so many earrings in my time, like a lot of earrings, and not just like costume jewelry. I've lost like actual gold earrings, much to the dismay of my mother.
So I actually sent a private video to my mom, and that's what that's from. Also, as you guys saw, there was no food video. Now I'm supposed to be uploading food videos on Friday, and I did start one, and I'm gonna show you what it was that I started, and obviously I didn't finish. So I'm going to put that right here. So today's food video is going to be me showing you what I eat in a day where I am off track. So I ordered the Cheesecake Factory, which I haven't done in a while. So I already know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this video, but that's okay. If you feel okay being a person who judges someone's eating disorder or addiction, then that's on you.
Okay, it's not about your eating disorder. It's not about what you're eating. It's not about whether it's a binge or not. It's not about any of those things. It's about the fact that you're putting something online, knowing full well that people will send you negative comments, regardless of what you say or do, right? You know this. You know that you're going to get this sort of reaction. And rather than try and protect yourself, insulate yourself from that sort of reaction, try and give yourself as much of a safety net as you can, you've decided instead it would be better to put this information out there and hope that it doesn't trigger you and hope that it doesn't cause you any negative consequences. And that just seems so... It just seems so short-sighted. It's so short-sighted because you're saying right now that you're fine, but you're also saying that, hey, sometimes, you know, it becomes too much for me and I can't do it. So you know that it impacts you negatively. You know that it does bad things for your head. You know that it, like, people's hurtful things have caused you emotional pain in the past. And when you're already on such thin ice vis-a-vis your emotions, do you think it's a good idea to put all of that on the internet for people to potentially make it worse? That's why I have a problem with it. It's not that you're a fat person eating. It's the fact that you're an admitted food addict and a binge eater who puts food content up online where people will say negative things about her and then say, well, I'm doing what's best for my mental health. You're not. This is not what's best for your mental health. You've said as much in the past, and nothing has changed since then for me to think that you've grown or matured emotionally enough to be able to take that kind of criticism now. And that's not a negative thing. I know for a fact there are some things that would upset me if people talked about it on the internet. You know what I do? I don't put that information up on the internet. Can't talk about it if you don't know what it is. That's pretty much it. There are things that I would not tell everyone because I know there's going to be some a-holes in the crowd who are just going to be like, oh yeah, let me see how far I can drive this screwdriver until she screams. And there are people like that. There are people who like doing things like that. So why would you give them the opportunity? That's what I don't understand, right? If there's one thing that I can say about Charlie Gold, is that she knows when she's just going to leave. She said this before in her videos too. She's like, I understand that, you know, some of you might be upset that I'm not posting videos regularly, but if it comes to my mental health and this channel, I'm just going to walk away. I'm going to do my mental health stuff. I'm the same way. If this becomes a drain on my mental health, I'm going to leave. Because no matter how much I love you guys, it's not worth me going on a downward spiral. And that's how it should be for every person watching and for Amber. There should not be anything that's worth you going down that spiral that has literally gotten to you to the point where you are so unhealthy that you cannot verify whether or not you're cancer free. And the fact that you don't see that makes me feel like you have made no progress, right? That you haven't really been taking anything else seriously, or that you haven't been, I don't know, honest with your therapist. You haven't been honest with them, or you haven't been honest with us. It's one of the two, but not all of those things cannot be true.
Got a pair of earrings, super cute for Valentine's Day. I got a few pairs of undies, so I'm gonna show you guys those. So these are super cute and they say pretty in pink with like gift lips and checkered. Oh, so cute. We have a Hey Arnold pair. The aesthetic of these is everything. So these have flowers on the side, but the back says radiate positivity. I love to wear underwear. Did I buy a song? I bought a song and I didn't even realize it. Oh my god. So this is awkward. Never in my millions of years of real life. I never won a song. So let's just ignore that. They're super cute with lips. They're yum, lucky, what. So the last pair of underwear I got is actually a matching set with a bralette. And I have never ever worn a bralette before, so it's gonna be interesting. Look how cute. Okay, so these are underwear and this is the bralette. So I'm excited to try it. I don't know how it's gonna go. So here we have a dress. It's just, they call it a skater dress. Super simple, looks like a shirt up top. I love this. We have a simplistic white tee that says love in cursive. Another shirt in gray with dark gray hearts. That's sideways. So looks like this and there's like a cute little pocket. So this one's supposed to be a sleeve shirt, but I really don't care. I'll wear it when I want, how I want. It's so cute. It says nope with a cute little logo. But literally, it looks like it could be like a dress. Like, come on. So this is a sweater with buttons that I will be wearing open probably. Gray with some lip moments. It's a really cute sweater. I'm so excited. It says can't adult today. Oh my gosh. I don't know what it is, but it's really obsessed. And it's like a cooling material on the outside. So the last thing I got is house shoes. They're pink and adorable. So I used to walk around barefoot in my house all the time, and something has like stopped me from doing that. I just feel more cozy with house shoes, so I'm like literally always wearing them, and I want a new pair. Look how cute. So in the near future, I'm actually going to be going through all of my clothes and getting rid of a lot. I do this often because I have a lot of clothing, and there's just a lot of things I don't wear that I know that I don't need. So I'm definitely going to be doing that. I'm either going to donate or pass them on to my friends. So I'm excited to do that.
Okay, you guys, so let's talk. So as you know, Fridays I'm supposed to upload a food video and I didn't, and a lot of you were against the food video. And this is not why I didn't upload one. I'm gonna explain why I didn't, but so many of you were against it. You didn't want me to do it, and I am confused why I have been harassed about not uploading one. I am getting comments and messages galore on Instagram saying, you're a failure, where's the food video? I knew you couldn't stick to a schedule, you're pathetic. People are actually being really rude about it, and I'm just like, okay, you guys didn't even want one to begin with. But the reason why I did not upload one, because as you saw, I did start a food video, but I have been so mentally ill when it comes to food lately that I just thought it was very unproductive to pretty much film a binge or film some type of food video when I am currently in my addiction. There are times where I'm doing fine and not really binging and things like that, and I'm able to film a food video and be fine with it, and film a mukbang and be fine with it because I feel more healthy within food, the subject of food. But I couldn't do it, and I feel like I have every right not to film a food video when I am not feeling mentally healthy enough to do it. And I truly don't expect anyone to understand where I'm coming from, which is totally fine. But I will always choose my mental health over YouTube.
Okay, she does a haul. The haul is nice. The clothes are, they're fine. They're like, there's nothing in there that I think that she really needed to buy. I think everything is pretty average and ordinary. I'm pretty sure she probably owns something that's already like that in her closet. So not sure why she bought everything, but whatever. I've talked enough about her over consumerism in this video. One thing that I do have to talk about is essentially just her saying that, you know, if it was between me and my mental health and this channel, I'm going to choose my mental health. You don't know how to accurately assess your mental health. That's not a dig at you. That's not a dig at her, right? Most people are not really capable of it to really be able to deeply assess how they're doing mentally, especially when you have a mental illness, right? Amber has depression. She has binge eating disorder. These are things that she herself has said. So she does have these issues. She knows she has these issues. She knows that they impact her negatively. She knows they impact her cognitive, just skills. She knows all of this, and she still thinks that she can accurately tell whether or not something is triggering her. And I don't think that's true. I think that a lot of times stuff bothers her and she reacts to it and she doesn't understand. That's why she couldn't tell you why she was having such a hard time on Jenny Craig, why she's going back to Jenny Craig despite the difficulty that she had with it the first time around. She isn't capable of objectively looking at her emotions and being like, this is sort of where I went down. This is the emotional loophole that sort of got me here, right? This is, people aren't mad at you because they wanted the food content for the most part. People are mad at you because you promised them a video and then you didn't deliver. If you had put up something else instead that day and said, hey guys, I'm not feeling the food content right now, I don't think I can do it, I guarantee you people would probably have been less mad. I'm not going to say 100% because I'm sure some people still really wanted you to eat on camera and they will be disappointed that you didn't put that up, but I'm pretty certain that most people will just be like, okay, cool, that's fine. People don't generally expect most of your videos to just be one thing anyway. Like a lot of your videos, your vlogs are just a combination of hauls and food anyway. So people would not have really cared if you'd uploaded something like that instead, if you'd uploaded just a short video that you'd filmed before. This is why I say pre-film, keep some things as backup. Nothing. That's why people are upset with you. Anyway, that will be the entirety of my react. I will be here. Will you guys be here? Yeah, next week, same time? Okay, cool. Good. I forgot. There is one more thing. Did you guys know that AmberLynn and Becky are engaged? Right? I'm really excited. I think she said in one of her, like the Ask Me Anything that she does on her Instagram where people send her a bunch of trolly comments and then she responds and then people get mad at her. Anyway, I think she said in one of those that she would never like vlog her like wedding, even though I would be so curious to see that. I hope she at least puts up a couple pictures of like the wedding dresses and the venue and stuff like that. I think that would be amazing. I am so happy for them. I have had my moments in the past where I'm like not sure about them and their relationship, but if it brings them happiness, then it brings me happiness for them. That's essentially it. So happy for you guys. I hope that you guys can plan a beautiful wedding. I hope that, you know, you can tie the rings around like Twinkie Star's collar. Oh, that would be so cute. And have Twinkie Star bring you the rings down the aisle. I think that would be so cute. That would just be adorable. That would like die. Anyway. That will really be it for me this time. I promise, okay? That's all I have to say. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you hated this video, you can give me a thumbs down. That's totally okay, and I respect everybody's opinion here. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Hit the notification bell and hit all if you want to know when I upload any video right away. I've got all my social medias linked down below. I've got Instagram, where I've got all my food stuff, my life stuff. It's a little light on the life stuff, and honestly, a little light on the food stuff. Just haven't been doing all that much and haven't been feeling it, quite frankly. But I've also got Twitter, where I'm pretty active and I'm the easiest to interact with there. So if you've ever got like questions you want to ask me or just know about channel updates, that's where you can do that. And I've got Patreon. Think of Patreon as a tip jar for the internet. So if you like the job that I'm doing here and you would like me to continue, hey, consider tossing a few coins in my direction. You don't have to. It's not necessary, but I would really appreciate it. And if you don't feel like joining Patreon, consider becoming a community member. I've got a bunch of perks both for my patrons and for my community members. You can check all of that down below. Consider hitting the join button, becoming a community member, and becoming a part of the prequels. That's right. That's the name of our community now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Jasmine, the sequel, and I am not relatable. Peace.